Well, good afternoon from sunny Florida, and I hope your weather is improving, and we feel for you deeply with all those that are having snowbound cold issues. And my name is Reverend Graham Williamson. I'm an international medical intuitive, evidential medium, and psychic. And today's show is about your spirit. Is it active? And I say this because I've encountered since my last broadcast 2 weeks ago, I've bumped into so many people that are questioning about intuition and mediumship and psychics and categorizing each one individually. Well, they're not. It's all part of the package. The whole thing here is medium, psychic. Intuition is the means with which we communicate within ourselves from spirit to you. And your spirit is what makes you you. And we all go through so many things. I call it, if that's your spirit within you, it's pure white because it's from God. Your light. And by the years, you put in layer upon layer of emotional debris. I call it the onion layers. And your onion layers hide your light. And by what your peers say, your family say, your friends say, everybody's telling you what to be, what to do, their way. But your spirit is unique. It belongs only to you. Only you can answer it. Only you can expand it by getting rid of all those layers. And it is always active. But my heading is, are you aware of it? Is your spirit active? Which is meaning, are you consciously aware of what you're giving to other people and yourself without being egotistical or selfish? You know, everybody has a chance every single morning. When you wake up, are you going to do the highest and best for you as well as those that you encounter? Because a lot of people say, oh, I'm doing it for everybody else. And they forget about themselves. Well, that's sad. Because if you're not happy for yourself, how can you truly be happy for somebody else? Because they interact with your energy, your spirit. And when you're actively knowing who you are, what you're doing, your energy shines out and they can feel your energy. They feel your spirit. That's why I'm saying, is your spirit active? If I put the whole title of what I truly wanted to talk about, it'd be like 2 or 3 sentences, which is why, is your spirit active? A short version of your life. Because every single day, especially with the COVID, with the bad weather, with people losing jobs, a lot of people are going inwards within themselves. And they're hiding. And they're feeling, oh, but, which is understandable. And my heart goes to you. It really does. And we all have to be careful. We all have to act responsibly. And being a medium makes it more difficult for some of us because we're so empathic to other people's energy. We have to say, whoa, back off a bit, guys. You know, I'm taking in too much because my energy vibrates different to the average person. A medium's energy is much higher in itself because our light shines more vibrantly because we are communicating with spirit and spirit uses us. So the more active we are, the brighter and stronger our energies are, and the more it touches other people. Excuse me. Because one of the things I've noticed over the years is when I'm hyper, when I'm working with spirit in a conscious, subconscious, and superconscious state, when I say I'm going to do readings today, I, Graham, switch off. I let spirit work straight through me. And when I'm working with spirit and things are flowing, my energy is off the chart. And people are coming down and around us, and they go, oh, we were drawn to you. We could feel something. And I'm saying, yeah, my energy touches your energy, and it activates something within you. It's either a positive or a negative. I'm not saying it's bad or good. I'm just saying positive and negative, because each of us have our own wavelength, our own energies, and everybody is different. You get similarities, or you get total, no, it's not going to work. You know who they are. You know the people you like and the people you don't like. There's no understandable reason in some of it, but some of it you do understand. When your spirit is active, you can sense which is the nicer people that fit into your energy field, or those that are not fitting into your energy field. Because when you interact, you spur that energy in a good way or an aware way. I won't say negative, because it's not. It's just that my energy may be too strong or too weak for that person. And they just feel a little bit, what was that? You know, sometimes you can walk past something, what was that? I just felt something right or something wrong. It doesn't mean that it's a bad person. It just means that their energy touched yours and yours touched theirs. And it's a good reaction or a bad reaction, that's all. But it's active. Your spirit is active all the time. Whether you're aware of it or not is up to you. I've spent my life being aware of my energy, aware of my spiritual abilities. And when I come into contact with some people, if I don't like their energy, I'll make some courteous, positive response to them to say, sorry, I'm unable to do anything at the moment. I feel I need time, or I make some polite excuse. And that's the truth. Because my job is never to give a negative reading to anybody for whatever reason. Because we are on this earth to make the highest and best for everybody, including ourselves. So if you know that you can pick up other people's feelings, my mind's racing off about people like servicemen with PTSD. Yesterday I was in a cafe I go to quite a lot, just to sit and listen to the retired veterans or servicemen that are still active and listen to their stories. And because I'm an ex-serviceman, I retired in 1986 after 14.5 years service. I never saw combat. These people are in this cafe. It's called the Combat Cafe, Umatilla, Florida. Fantastic people. And it's all military run. All the staff are ex-military in some form or another. And when you listen to some of the stories of these veterans that come in who suffer PTSD, I connect with them and I help them perceive what they did wasn't ABC. I never thought of that. Oh, I had one gentleman who was literally thinking what he did was bad. It was revenge. And he hated that word. But he said, what I did, Graham, he said, it was revenge. And he told me a story that was very, very, very negative in one sense. But he'd found somebody that had been killed and a child had been killed. And the squad did something and they took justice in their own hands, which is bad. But it was ended up positive at the end. It was in Vietnam. And when I said, hang on a minute, you think it was all revenge? He said, yeah. I said, well, you avenged this woman, this child. By your action, you stopped those people committing atrocities. Yes or no? Yeah. So you avenged that woman, that child. Yeah. So you stopped other people having to live through that. And it changed his whole perspective. The PTSD eased. Now, I'm no medic, but I'm a medical intuitive. I only evaluated what he was saying to me because I was listening inside myself. I felt his anguish, his passion, his love, his sadness, all those things. And by listening to myself, my active spirit, I was able to bring him out of that trauma that he'd had for 50 years. Think about it. PTSD is not a short term. It can affect somebody for the rest of their life on this earth. But by just listening to myself, I pulled him out of that. I'm evil. I committed atrocity. I used revenge on somebody. Changed it by one word. Avenge. This is why this show is called Dare to Dream. I dared to talk to a combat veteran. I listened to him deeply with every part of who I am, because my spirit knows more than me consciously. My spiritual connection helps me understand what it is I'm feeling and pass it back to this veteran or anybody that I come in contact with. Now, I've been doing this most of my life in one form or another. But my mother, before she passed, said, Graham, you need to do what you've always dreamt of doing. Do you dare to dream to do what you feel is your purpose of life? And that is to share my spiritual awareness with other people, and hope that you can share your inner being, your inner spirit with others. So you've got to be active. You've got to be proactive. And you can't sit back for yourself or for others. Be happy for yourself. I'm just going to tell you something else in a minute. But my name is Reverend Graham Williamson. I'm an international medical intuitive medium and psychic. And I live in sunny Florida, I can say that now. But my email address, if you want to contact me, is thebrit, that's THEBRITT77@hotmail.com, or my website, all one word, is Medium Graham Williamson. Graham's Graham Williamson.online. Or if you want to call me, please leave a voice message afterwards on 352-409-1060. And this is WGSN, I never get it right, DB, Going Solo Network, radio, TV, and podcast, #1 internet singles talk show, talk network. I've got my teeth in back to front. I'm human. Going Bold Wednesday. So I hope if you want to contact us or come in and join in with the goingsolomedia.com, it's every Wednesday for the show, for the media. But my show's every 2 weeks. This week, next week, or the week after that. So there's all types of shows that you can join in or create. But mine is about the psychic and the mediumship and daring to dream, to stand up and go solo with who I am. But I'm never alone. Neither are you. This is why this media is so important to me, so I can communicate with you. And you've just got to take your own inner truth and stand up and say, this is me. My spirit is active. I want yours to be active. I want you to be able to stand up and say, I'm doing the best I can. And yeah, you're going to fail sometime, but you're going to succeed as well. But it's not about the ego. My show is not about ego at all. My show is about every single one of us have abilities. We're all born with them. But it's whether you listen to them and help them mature and grow and become a part of your life that's so easy, your spirit never switches off. Even after the change called death, your spirit never switches off. But when I'm saying, is it active? That is where you consciously motivate yourself into helping yourself and others know the real you. Because the real you doesn't have a facade, doesn't have a make-believe. And when people meet me, sorry, this is it. And I'm saying sorry because some people just can't cope with it. Say, you're always hyper. I said, no, I'm not. This is my normal activity. If you want to see me hyper, give me a cup of coffee. My wife will disown me for 3 or 4 days because when I have caffeine in my body, I am terrible. I can't all the time. It's quite funny. But I know what my body can do. But I don't know what my spirit connection can do. I have never limited it. With all these years I've been working with spirit, I am always amazed at how they help me create this show for you without any preconceived ideas. I'm only asked a couple of days ago, what's the topic? And I go, okay, spirit, what do you want me to do? This is why I'm talking about this. Is your spirit active? And I can only do this because I know who I am to a point. And I want to go further and further past that point. I want to elevate my energy. I want to make my spirit so active, it knocks other people into awareness of their own abilities. It's like my wife and I, we can walk through the store at Walmart, local to us, and people are watching us as a group. And we're not touching anybody. We're just walking through. And people, what? They feel something, or they're looking at us going, is something triggered within their energy field? And I have to laugh because some of the faces are quite hilarious. And sometimes I go up to people and say, are you all right? Well, I don't know, as a reply. And I feel sad for them at that point. I say, it's okay. Have a wonderful day. Oh, thank you. And they know it's coming from my heart. It's not, oh, have a good day. And, oh, you know. Because what you give has to come from your heart, from your soul, from the love within you. Because the more you do that, it's not about being wishy-washy. It's not about, oh, look at me, I'm brilliant, I'm happy, I'm loving and all that. No, none of that. I'm grounded. I have a family and I love dearly over both sides of the pond and North America. They're all over the place, my family, and I love them all. But do I get on with them? Yes and no. But you see, I'm aware of what I'm doing isn't going to reflect on the rest of my family unless they choose it to. What do you do that makes your family happy or sad? Can you do anything about it? Normally you can't. It's perspective and your inner ability, your inner energy, your spirit that says this makes you happy and you're going to make some other people unhappy or happier. I can't answer it. Only you can answer it for yourself. For me, my everyday is I've got a loving wife, I've got a home, I'm retired, I go to places I've always dreamed of going to, doing this show with my mum's poster, Dare to Dream, behind me, the pictures of my grandson, my family, my daughter with a boyfriend. Every single day, I'm blessed because I've got a chance to do something more for you and myself. I ain't going to forget myself for nobody because if I'm happy, my wife's happy because she knows I'm giving it my all. My spirit is so active. She knows instantly if I'm sad or upset or bubbly or whatever mood I'm in. She can pick it up. If we're apart, she'll say, are you okay? Yeah, I said, like I felt the other day. And she said, oh, what happened? She just felt this. And I just fell over. I sprained my wrist, but I'm okay now. I had a bit of whiplash because I went over a piece of concrete. But because my spirit's so active and in tune with my wife's, she knew straight away. You see, this is what we are created to be, is aware. Our purpose in life is to be the highest and best of this time on this earth. And if you've been here more than once, you'll understand. If you know you've been here more than once, you're doing a good job. Because every single spirit in this world is connected, but on different levels. The higher vibration you are, the more active you are, the more aware you are, the vibration is bigger. And you touch more people. You touch somebody else's energy. And that energy triggers something in the person. They aren't consciously aware of it most times. And what? They jump. Oh, why is it I'm picking up from? My wife was followed around by security officers for ages because each time she went past somebody or a security officer, they'd be looking at her. What was that? And they just follow her around because something triggered something in them to watch her. Of course, being a security officer, they did the job, but nothing happens. And look, like I was security for 11 years in the UK. And I was always in court because I always caught people out because of my ability to feel the other person's energy or intent. I don't know how I did it. I never consciously thought about it. I was phone the police. Oh, I got another one coming around. We have a squad call waiting at the corner. And I pick up the person. Yeah, you've sold something. In you go. And I was always in court. And so they put me into a little quiet place and with the banks and stuff like that. I wasn't picking up a lot of criminal stuff. So it's amazing what you can do. So I dared to dream to share my life with you guys, you listeners. And if you want to get in touch with me, please contact me at thebrit77@hotmail.com. Leave an email or contact my website, which is mediumgrahamwilliamson.online. Or if you call me, leave a voice message, please, on 352-409-1060. I do personal, face-to-face, online, video, text, you name it, I can do it. But I need your information to do so. So if you contact me, please tell me what it is you need. Basically, I don't want the personal information. I don't read futures. I avoid that because that is your responsibility, not mine. I can help you understand your future. I can help you understand your past. Or I can help you understand you in part because I'm not God. I'm just a medium, a medical intuitive. And I have been doing this for a very long time, helping other people. I don't know how I became a medical intuitive. It was just that I was picking up other people's physical disabilities, ailments, symptoms, and I evaluated them to such an extent it became a part of my life until somebody told me the term medical intuitive. I went, ouch, because the minute I accepted that label, I was seeing blood issues, brain issues, cancer issues, operations that people have had that you don't see any physical sign. I'm just picking it all up and I think, what the heck's happening? Because my active spirit picks up somebody else's and it can feel the trauma, it can feel the anguish. The empathy I pick up from other people is so pronounced and profound. And there's my name. So, you see, every single day you have a chance to activate purposefully, intentionally, your own energy, your spirit. Listen to yourself, listen to your heart. Don't listen with this, because that's normally ego. Your heart first and your guts. My guts, my family will tell you, I could never fill it. I'm the biggest eater they've ever met. And yet I'm only skinny, because my body burns it up because of my activity. I have a hyper metabolic rate. I eat a lot of food. But also, because I eat healthy, I'm maintaining the level I need to work with spirit. My attitude of self is higher because I don't see negative in people. If I encounter it, I just ignore it and go to the positive. Because it's my choice to have positive attitudes affect me. If a negative affects me, I'm failing myself. I'll just, no thanks, no negative here. I have worked a lot with the churches in Great Britain and some over here in America. And it's astonished me how people forget a church is about raising vibration. It's not about the money. Please put the money in a collection. It's about people of like minds that believe in the same thing. So it doesn't matter what religion you are. A church is what you feel comfortable in going to or meeting with. And as a medium, I go to many different churches because I like to understand perspective. I like to understand the energy. Is it purely spiritual or purely monetary? If it's monetary, I'm out. Because I like to listen to scriptures. I like to listen to people. My activity is to learn the highest and best for me. It's not about money. But we have to live with that. What can you live with in your position in life? Now, I'm retired, so is my wife. We're on a fixed income. And we have to budget ourselves accordingly. We're doing all right. But we have to be careful. Just like we have to do with spirit, we have to be careful. With our inner spirit, we have to be careful. Because you alone are responsible for your spirit. You can't blame anybody else for what's been done to you. You can only blame yourself for your reaction to what's done to you. Because somebody can nag, shout, and cause you pain. Yeah. Have you any chance of running away? So, yeah, but I've got nowhere to go to. Well, excuse me, I'd rather run out of the door than get hurt. I'd rather sort it out after I've left and I'm in a safe zone. You see, everybody has a choice in life. Not all are going to be easy. Some are extremely painful. Some are deadly. I placed a gun on the end of a Colt 45 in Turkey. And after I obviously survived, the police officers asked me, what did the person look like? And I said, I can tell you what the bullet looked like because he had the gun cocked. And I could see daylight through the back end where the trigger was. Well, where the hammer was, not the trigger. So. And I said, I was asking, Spirit, if it's my time, make it quick and painless so I don't have to worry about it. True. I've been in car crashes, 3 of them. Held up at one point, held a bomb that should have gone off. All these things. My best friend took my place in the warship. And I want to look back in my life and say, I'm doing the honourable thing for all those people that helped me survive, learn, and grow within myself. It's not all been easy. But I can honestly say thank you to every single event in my life. And it's made my spirit so active because I consciously want to do better each day for you and for myself. So I really hope some of you will contact me and pass my video on to somebody else. Leave a comment because I need you guys to share all this. I share it as best I can, but I need you, the listener, the watcher, the viewer, to do so as well. Because the more we share of ourselves with others to the highest and best, don't you think it'll make this world a little bit better place to live? Because there's not a lot of positivity on the news and the TV shows. There's very few well-being, well-intentioned, loving type of program on TV, where it's extremely soppy and not realistic. There's very few programs that can say, yep, unless you go to the Sunday services. But to be honest, I don't want to live on a Sunday. I want Sunday to live every day. But I don't want to be stuck in a church. I want to be stuck with people. I want to interact with people. My active spirit won't allow me to sit still. I'm told, please, Graham, you've got to sit here for 6, 7, 8 hours to do a show, an event for spiritual gathering. I can't. I have to keep on getting up, walking around, talking to people. My spirit says, I want to learn. I want to share. And it's amazing what you can do. So we'll be taking a break shortly. So I hope you come back and listen to a little bit more about is your spirit active. But my name is Graham Williamson, international medium, medical intuitive, and psychic. And I thank you for listening. I am hyper already. So I'll say it again, dare to dream, medical. Let's go back a bit there, Cece. Dare to Dream host Graham Williamson, international medical, intuitive, evidential medium and psychic. I'm going to slow myself down during the break, and I hope you come back. I think we're on break. Yep.
If the world fades to black and white, well, I wouldn't mind. No, I would not cry, 'cause you are the rainbow in my sky. If the seas took us all the way, well, I wouldn't mind. No, I would not pray if you are the ship sail.
Welcome back, everybody. My name is International Medical Intuitive Graham Williamson, Evidential Medium and Psychic. Thank you for returning to the show. I said I'm going to be talking a little bit different. It's all about, is your spirit active? And on WGSN-DB Going Solar Network and radio, TV and podcasts. And I'm on every 2 weeks. So 2 weeks from this day, I'll be back. 5 o'clock. Excuse me. February the 16th, look at that. Cece's on the ball. She's my technical boss. And I love her dearly. And I want you to come back to the show because I want to share more about my active spirit with yours. Because something made you watch this show. And I'm getting a lot of people talking on the side, which is why I'm itching my nose all the time. Because I know people are talking. And that's what I want to happen. I want you to realize that your actions are not necessarily conscious ones. Your instinct is definitely out there. When I did a show up in Jacksonville this Saturday and Sunday, I did a demonstration of medical intuition. And I just pulled a person out of the audience. There's about 20, 25 people there. And all of them said, no, we can't do any of this. And I pulled this person up and I said, I want you to close your eyes. And after you've looked towards a certain person, close your eyes and then tell me what you feel. All this lady did is picked somebody, closed her eyes, and her hands went to her stomach and pulled in on her stomach. And then she said to me, I don't know anything else. I said, hang on a minute. And I said to the lady, do you have a stomach issue? To the lady this guest had pointed out. Do you have a stomach issue that's feeling rather delicate at the moment? I said, yes, I do. So I told the lady who'd come up, stand in front, I said, see, your hands went instinctively to your tummy. And yet you said, I didn't feel anything. You instinctively did, but when you thought about it, it blocked the intuition. And it was like a big light suddenly gleamed in her eyes. I did that. I did it. I said, yes, you did. She said, I never thought I could do any of this. It was like a child appeared before me. And she was way off. She went. She was so happy. And she came in later after the lecture to where I was doing readings with a daughter. And I looked at his daughter. It was the most beautiful little girl you've ever seen. Her energy was so beautiful, so old, almost elvish. And I looked at her and I said, have you told your mum about those people you're talking to? And there's nobody that anybody can see. She said, no. I said, why not? Your mum's interested. And the little girl looked at the mum and went, are you, mummy? And the mum went, yes, I am. I always have been. She said, why didn't you ask me, mum? Well, I didn't know how to. She said, well, he picked up on me. He understood. I said, now your mum does. Now you go off and talk about it. And you were like, as I went away, the energy was so beautiful. And later on, the mother came back. Thank you. That is because my energy is active. I'm consciously aware of my energy. My subconscious works at levels I have no knowledge. My superconscious, if you want to call it that, working directly with spirit, they know more than I do as Graham. They know my spirit is connecting with other people because it's so active. I went to this event as a medium, a medical intuitive. My sign, my poster, everything is up, and it says my name. And people say, how can you be this? How can you not be this? Was my answer. We all have psychic ability, and some of us are mediums, but we're all intuitive. That's the communication link between self and spirit, or self and psychic. We all have this knowing. We don't understand it. We can't pin it down in scientific terms. Well, I've not heard of one yet. There may be one. I haven't found it. But our inner abilities that we're born with communicate with others. We touch each other's energy. Our spirits connect with other people's energy. It's not weird stuff. It's not devil stuff unless you choose to be dark. I choose to be in the light of God because this is what makes me happy. If being negative is what you want to do, that's your choice, but you take ownership of it. I take ownership of my actions, doing the highest and best for everybody I encounter, and being here today on this show of Dare to Dream. This makes me have a better, clearer understanding of my purpose on this earth. Because I don't know how long I've got left, and I'm not being macabre or morbid or anything like that. I'm healthy, but I don't know what tomorrow's going to bring. So I want to say I'm doing my highest and best. This is my active spirit working with yours, because we all connect with each other by the divine energy that created us. My friend Cece, I'm so happy for her life, even though she's not been well. Seeing her looking better and feeling better makes me happy. You see, it doesn't take much to smile. You use less muscles when you smile and laugh than you do when you frown and miserable and angry. You just look at yourself and see how many muscles are involved in looking miserable. When you smile, a lot less, but they have far better impact on people you're with. But you've got to smile from inside. You've got to let your spirit shine, the true you. Because if you smile without your heart, if you smile without empathy, without love, I'm smiling has no meaning. When you're smiling, the eyes light up, the face and features, the energy lifts up. You all feel it. It makes you happy. So you choose what you want your active spirit to be doing, making you happier or miserable. It's your choice. It's a no-brainer, really. But remember, some people have difficulty communicating, the deaf and the blind. because I want to learn, God allowing, I'm going to learn ASL, because I want deaf people to understand about what I do, what many mediums do, what many psychics do, and people on Going Solo Network. We all want to communicate as much as we can about life itself in all its format, positively, not negatively. There's channels about people who've divorced, who've lost a loved one, have got addictions, negative addictions, medical, physical, emotional. All these aspects are talked about in a positive manner. It doesn't bring you down, it lifts you up, because the people in these shows are actively working with their spirit, working with what makes them happier. Because not all of us have had an easy life. I haven't. I'm sure some of you haven't. But I'm saying easy as in emotional, because it's the emotions that make us and define us and how we react to the past. I never thought I'd live up to see 30 years of age, the way I was when I was in the forces, because of the stuff I was going through. I really could not see tomorrow for many years. I was an alcoholic as well from 18 to 21. I drank too much. I'm not proud of it, but I understand now when I meet somebody, I can help you. I've been there. And look in my face when I say I was an alcoholic. But now I'm a medium, even more than ever before. Even when I was a drunk, I was helping people. Because my attitude in life, even when I was a drunk, was to make people laugh, make people happy. Yeah, I was a drunk. I was slurring words and spending all my money, getting in all sorts of trouble. But I always tried to make people laugh. And I was a quiet drunk. If I got too bad, I'd just fall asleep. Wake up, start again. You know, I wasn't there to hurt anybody. And that gave me understanding of what it's like to lose oneself. And in other situations, I lost myself. Because it's not an easy life, being a medium. Because empathy, you've got to learn to understand it. Once you can understand it, you can say, thank you, but no thank you. Doesn't mean you're not going to feel it. It just means it's not going to control you. Spiritual awareness within yourself is fantastic, because each of us have this ability of activating your inner self for the highest and best for you. Because I won't say it's for somebody else, because if you give it to somebody else, what's your purpose? You say, oh, to help other people. But you've got to help yourself first in order to help somebody else. And I want to be leaving that with you. I hope you think about it, because that'll be for another show. Because we'll be closing soon, a couple of minutes. So once again, I'll give you my email address, thebrit77, that's TheBritt77 at hotmail.com. Or my website is mediumgrahamwilliamson.online. Or call me, leave a voice message, please, 352-409-1060. And this is WGSN-DB Going Solo Network and Radio, TV and Podcasts, #1 Internet Singles Talk Network. Going Bold Wednesday. It's goingsolomedia.com. I came on here a few months ago and I'm having the time of my life because my spirit is being activated. I'm your host on Dare to Dream, Graham Williamson. I'm an international medical intuitive, evidential medium and psychic. And it's been a pleasure to sit here and talk to you. Don't forget, each Wednesday I'm on, alternate weeks, February the 16th, my next show. Join in, make a comment, ask a question, and I'm more than happy to try and answer. But I do want to say thank you again for being here. It's been a pleasure. And I say, this is Dare to Dream Do you dare to dream? I'm Graham Williamson, International Medium, Evidential and Medical Intuitive and Psychic. Because I can mix the words up, but the intent is always there. I'm there for you because it makes me happy helping you. And look at that rainbow behind me. That's from my grandson. I live both ends of that rainbow. My heart is in both ends. One's with my grandson, one's with my daughter, one's with my son in England, his family, my brothers and sisters. Because I live to the highest and best of my life for my family here in America, as well as in England. And I hope you'll join me in 2 weeks' time. And thank you. Bye, everybody. See you in 2 weeks.